kwamba kama Wakenya tukishikana maendeleo inapatikana. Na sasa pia kwa sababu ya umaarufu wa rais ameweka uhusiano na mataifa mengi ikiwemo moja ya Uchina, na sasa mmeona uhusiano huo na Wakenya umeleta manufaa. Barabara hii imetushika koo na sasa mwangaza unaanza kuonekana. Muko tayari nimkaribishe rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya? Muko tayari? Barabara hoye! Wakenya hoye! Wazalendo hoye! Taifa letu hoye! Maendeleo hoye! Asante sana.
Haya, viongozi wote wenzangu, ndugu wananchi wa Kiambu, Nakuru na Kenya, hamjambo? Hamjambo tena? Ado aito moriega. Mwathani agocwo. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hebu mnisalimie hewani nione watu wa hapa Kiambu. Asanteni sana. Waswahili wanasema hayawi hayawi yamekuwa mabado. Tumefika hatujafika. Ni leo si leo. Si ni leo jameni. Mnajua mimi nilikuwa kanisani hapa Kamandura. Si ni kweli? Na niliwaambia munipatie nafasi kidogo ili nirudi hapa ndio tuweze kujenga hii barabara. Hiyo ilikuwa ni kama miezi 3-4 iliyopita. Leo kwa mapenzi ya Mungu tumefika hapa leo. Na tumekuja hapa kufanya tendo la kihistoria. Hii barabara ilianza kufikiriwa 2016. Si ni kweli? Watu wa World Bank walimaliza ile feasibility study 2016. Tumekuwa tukitamani kama nchi hii barabara tuitengeneze vizuri, iwache kuwa na msongamano, iwache kuwa barabara ya ajali, iwache kuwa barabara ya kusumbua wananchi. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Si ni kweli jameni? Nilisema juzi, wiki iliyopita, nikasema nikiwa bunge ya kwamba wiki hii tutaanzisha hii barabara. Si ni kweli? Na kwa sababu tuko na marafiki wengi, tuko na wale wanaotisikiza wengi kutoka mataifa mengi, hii barabara sio ya watu wa Nakuru na Kiambu, sio wa watu wa Uasin Gishu, Western Kenya. Hii barabara ni ya East Africa. Inaunganisha Kenya na Uganda na South Sudan na DRC na Rwanda. Hii barabara ni ya muhimu sana. Na kwa hivyo nataka muniruhusu nisome taarifa ambayo itaenda katika historia ya kwamba hii barabara itabadilisha nchi yetu. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to read this statement. Today, we stand at the dawn of a new era, an era of defined ambition and driven by determination as we launch the Nairobi-Nakuru-Mau Summit and the Nairobi-Mai Mahiu Naivasha project. This moment is not merely about laying down a new corridor. It is about laying the foundation of a Kenya reborn, a Kenya that refuses to wait any longer for the future it deserves. For decades, our country has been trapped between options that held back progress. Whenever we needed to undertake heavy and necessary infrastructural projects, we were presented with three choices. The first was to rely on the national budget, but this was not possible. A single major highway can swallow nearly half of our entire annual development budget, even as Kenya faces competing priorities such as education, health, and other essential services. The next option was borrowing, but that too was untenable, given our debt burden and the limited fiscal headroom available to us. The third option was also to slow down on development and simply stay as we were. That was never an option, not for a country with our aspiration, potential, and investment that we required. And so, when it comes to this highway, the situation was clear. If we waited for the national budget to release resources for this project, we would have waited for a lifetime. If we borrowed, we would have added to our debt burden and burdened our children for generations to come. If we taxed more, we would have suffocated families. And if we did nothing, we would have surrendered to stagnation. That is the reality and crisis our country has faced for years. Stagnation born out of helplessness, born out of lack of ambition, imagination, and innovation. This stagnation has become a quiet paralysis that crept into our systems, into our confidence, and into our national spirit. It convinced us that mediocrity was normal, that average was acceptable, that delay was destiny, stagnation, that is truth, was slow regression. But today, we break those chains. We promised to be innovators. We promised to build differently. And today, we keep that promise boldly, unapologetically, and unmistakably. This project we launched today is more than a highway. It is a gateway to prosperity, unity, and transformation. It positions Kenya as a leader in innovative financing, in modern transport, in public-private partnerships, and in the audacity to think big when the world expects us to think small. The Nairobi-Nakuru-Mai-Mahiu Road stretches 175 kilometers, while the Nairobi-Mai-Mahiu-Naivasha Road adds another 58 kilometers. These are the modern multi-lane dual carriageways designed, financed, expanded, operated, and maintained through a world-class public-private partnership model. It is an investment of over 170 billion shillings, a living demonstration of what happens when government stops trying to do everything alone and starts doing things smarter and in partnership with the private sector. The Nairobi-Nakuru-Mai-Mahiu Summit Corridor will be strengthened to handle heavy commercial traffic, supported by new interchanges, truck laybys, pedestrian bridges, lighting, barriers, drainage systems, and intelligence transport technology to enhance safety. The Nairobi-Mai-Mahiu-Naivasha section will be upgraded to handle slip gradients and high cargo volumes, linking efficiently to the Naivasha Inland Container Depot and the emerging industrial ecosystem that will be in our industrial city in Naivasha. Together, these upgrades will modernize the corridor, unlocking faster, safer, and more efficient movement of people and goods, not only across Kenya, but across East and Central Africa. This route is a vital artery linking Nairobi to Uganda, to South Sudan, to Rwanda, to Burundi, to the Democratic Republic of Congo, sustaining our economy, empowering regional trade and expanded opportunity. For too long, this corridor carried more than it could bear. Traffic consumed our time, accidents stole our loved ones, and delays cost our economy billions. Today, we say no more. With modern engineering, innovation, and accountability, this road will cut travel times, reduce accidents, and save lives. This project will create thousands of jobs, with approximately 15,000 young Kenyans gaining skills as they help build this highway. It will not only construct roads, but careers and futures, with local content leading and Kenyan businesses at the center. I am informed by the contractors that up to 60% of this road will be local content, will come from Kenya. We also honor and welcome the expertise of our Chinese partners, whose technology and experience strengthen these projects while helping build capacity within our own workforce. Last week, I laid out Kenya's roadmap for a first world economy. Today, that roadmap moves from words to reality. Across the country, a new generation of transformative highways is rising. In the coming months, we will break ground on major dual carriageway corridors from Muthahi to Kiambu and Mutembei, from Machakos Junction to Mariakani, from Mau Summit to Kericho and Kisumu, and from Kisumu onward to Busia. And we will continue across the Republic, the Athi River Namanga Road, the Karatina Nanyuki Isiolo Corridor, Makutano Embu Meru Maua Corridor, Mtwapa Malindi, Mombasa Lungalunga, Kericho Kisii Migori Isabenia, Nakuru Nyahururu Nanyuki, Kisii Oyugis Ahero, and key Nairobi corridors such as the Northern Bypass, Bomas Karen Ngong, and Bomas Ongata Rongai Kiserian Ngong. This is how we correct a historical shortfall. Since independence, Kenya has tarmacked only 22,000 kilometers of road. Over a similar historical period, a nation such as Japan has built more than 1 million kilometers, a contrast that underscores the scale of our long-standing infrastructure gap. This new Kenyan path centers on investing in our people through enhanced education, expanded STEM programs, and increased research funding. It commits us to become a net exporter by scaling up water harvesting and storage, irrigation, and agro-industrial production through extensive dam construction. It compels us to dramatically expand our energy capacity by 10,000 megawatts to power new technologies, data centers, artificial intelligence, manufacturing, industrialization, and jobs for the future. We will expand and upgrade our airports and ports, and beginning in January 2026, we shall extend the standard gauge railway from Naivasha to Kisumu and onward to Malaba. And I say that it is going to begin in January next year, just in another 1 month. These infrastructure efforts will boost competitiveness, lower business costs, and connect Kenya more efficiently to regional and global markets. To finance this transformation sustainably, we are establishing both a national infrastructure fund and a sovereign wealth fund, drawing from budgetary allocations, privatization proceeds, natural resource royalties, and private sector capital. This approach will reduce our dependence on debt and build long-term national wealth for generations to come. This is how we deliver the vision of a bottom-up transformation agenda. This is how we empower farmers, manufacturers, transporters, and our families. This is how we ensure that development is not a privilege, but a birthright for every citizen in every corner of Kenya. But the work of building a nation is never the task of government alone. It belongs to every contractor, every business, every community, and everybody on this road. Together, we must guard quality. Together, we must uphold transparency. Together, we must ensure that this project becomes a beacon of pride, a testament of our resilience. Because ultimately, this is not about kilometers paved. It is about lives we change, the opportunities we unlock, the Kenya we dare to imagine, and finally choose to build. This is our moment to rise from the ordinary, to step away from the average, to leave mediocrity behind us, and to walk confidently and decisively into excellence. The work we begin today will echo far beyond our borders, reshaping trade, expanding prosperity, and elevating lives across our country and our region. To our partners, officials, workers, and all Kenyans whose belief brought us here, thank you. I say again, thank you. Together, we are laying the foundation of a prosperous, connected, and confident nation called Kenya.
Aya. Kiambu hoye! Kiambu hoye!